Hey, it's been a while. I've had a little bit of a spiritual crisis. Mostly by myself by now, but not entirely, so I might not be making videos again for a long while. And anyway, that's not what I'm talking about today anyway. That's just my excuse for not making videos this time. Other than I just haven't wanted to make any videos. What I'm talking about today is, what's the word? Associations, kind of, but not exactly. Preferences, what makes a thing to you? Yeah, a thing. I sound like my mother. Anyway, the point that I'm making is that this video is all about why something might be an association for you, why something might not be an association for you, stuff like that. For example, roses. Wonderful for love magic. For me, and for a lot of people. But if you don't like roses, or if you're allergic to roses, then obviously that's not going to be it for you. And not just because you're not going to enjoy it and that's going to affect your magic, but you just don't have that connection to them. And in order for your magic to work, you must feel a connection to it. I love roses. Roses are such a big part of my life. I used to love going to my grandmother's house and walking in her garden, and she would always have these beautiful red roses, and to me that's just a huge symbol of love before I even learned any of the reasons behind it. It's beautiful, it's perfect, it's everything to me. But you might not like roses. You might not even like flowers. If there's something else that grows that you consider love, then you can by all means use that. The association is down to the practitioner. The association is not like, okay, yes, this end all be all magical thing is going to fix all of your problems. Same with honey. If I were to do a spell to create a sweeter relationship between someone else and me, honey's not going to do that much for me. It'll do a little bit because I do have a connection to honey, and I don't have like a hatred towards it or anything. But it's not my go-to. My go-to would be syrup. Maple syrup primarily, but any type of syrup really. Because I'm connected to syrup, especially maple syrup. I feel that connection. I love syrup. I've always loved breakfast foods, especially like pancakes, French toast, waffles, so I'm going to have a strong connection to things that you might use for breakfast. And then same with even the types of food that you make, if it's for a spell. I just said that I love pancakes, waffles, French toast. I love all that sweet stuff. So it makes sense that if I'm going to cook something for a spell, it makes more sense to decide to make like a pancake breakfast or to bake something. One of my most successful spells was, I forget what they were called, but they were a type of Valentine's Day peanut butter sugar cookie, and it was delicious. It did the job. It taught me a valuable lesson that I needed to learn as a magical practitioner. It hit all the stops for me. That might not be the case for you, especially if you're someone whose diet does not allow for sweets, obviously, because how are you going to find that connection if you can't have it? Unless you're just someone who likes bacon in your spare time. And if that's the case, by all means, go for it. I'm not here to judge anyone, not a single soul. However, there are things that you don't put in spells primarily that will have a connection with you or won't have a connection with you. For example, certain birds are big connections for me. Like earlier today, my backyard was full of crows. I'm talking an entire murder of crows. It was crazy. They were all calling, they were all talking, all of it. One of them flew up to the window and greeted me. It was amazing. And a lot of people think that crows are bad luck, and for some people, they are. It's a matter of association. However, for me, crows are such a good omen. I don't see them very often. I see them like once every few months, and they'll just all gather around my backyard or my front yard, and they'll just sit there and start talking all of it, and it's amazing. It's a miracle. There's only been one time where they've been a sign of bad luck, and they were mixed with some other bird. I'm not sure what the bird was, and that was a very bad time in my life. But it got better. Anyway, the point is, for you, crows might not mean nothing. Or to you, crows might mean, oh great, I'm gonna lose my job, someone's gonna get ill, something like that. But if that is the association you have for them, then you know, I need to do this, this, or this to take care of the problem. If your worry is that the crows are going to bring an illness to your home, to your child, your spouse, to whoever you live with, you should have some spells to take care of wellness. I definitely do. I've had my strongest luck in healing, which makes sense because I primarily practice folk magic, which is, the magic of the folk, what you need, what is most necessary. And if someone's sick, obviously they need health, they need healing. So, for me, that's one of my specialties. But if you are thinking that this means a good thing is coming, then you know to settle things down, to really connect so that whatever happens, you cut down all possibilities for something bad happening. For me, when it comes to that, I saw the crows, so I did a cleansing of the evil eye. I banished the evil eye, rather. I'm still used to using witchcraft terms and saying cleansing instead of banishment. And I don't know why. But, I do a banishment of the evil eye. I talk to the spirits around here. I talk to whatever ancestor I gave water to that day. And I do my prayers. I do blessings. I clean up the house, making all spick and span. I do a special wash with the doors specifically because the doors are the entryways and the exit ways. And that's exactly what I do. And if I think that, something bad's going to happen, I have my spell arsenal for that thing, and I'm prepared for it. And then there's other times where you just don't have a spell yet. I definitely am in that case, and that's a video I'm going to make in the future after I figure out a spell that actually works for a relationship. I cannot find the right spell at all for bringing in the exact type of relationship that I want. I have created my own spells. I have scoured books and the internet and anything really for other spells, and nothing's worked yet. I have not given up. And, it's a matter of paying attention to what you're doing before, during, and after your spell. Why are you doing this spell? Stuff like that. And, I'm going to touch all that in another video. I'm not doing that right now. But, yeah, the point of the matter is if you think something bad is going to happen and you need a spell for it, then you need to find your spell arsenal. You need to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. I know a lot of things that work for me outside of relationship spells, but I don't know for relationship spells. And sometimes it's a matter of tarot and oracle or any other type of divination that you do. I have done that for many times in my life where I couldn't figure out how to make something work. And I hope this video is helpful for you guys. Bye.